Good morning. It's April 24th, 2018. And this is Kimberley Buckler of Spirit and Soul Healing in Cochrane, Alberta. I took a little bit of a break from the videos and returning to them again and hopefully keep on track this time. I had an amazing adventure, went back over to Australia in the end of February and stayed there until March 20th. Got to attend the Brisbane Health Spirit Expo, February 23rd, 4th, and 5th. It was amazing. It was a dream come true. One of those reminders to never give up. And when I was there, my dear friend shared with me to visualize that we are at the top of this beautiful plateau now. And for all the work that we've done over the years, and we can enjoy all the rewards that come forward. But we are also still learning, still receiving. It's time for us to get out there and teach more and share with the world that we can make changes in our lives energetically and to help us out on all levels, for emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and to know that we can make changes and to enhance our lives. My first book, again, The Essence of Who We Are, was published in November 2015. This book I was a little nervous about bringing out. I went into information on working with the spirit realm, how we can pick up information energetically around us, why empaths have such a hard time sometimes. And the book has a lot of little guidelines and also an awesome story so that you feel a lot more comfortable with who you are and that you have options to help you out on a daily basis. When I was ready to put this book out, I got a little bit scared because I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to be judged for talking about the spirit realm and all this other stuff. And yet there's so many shows on TV about spirits and there's so many books out there already. And I just needed to be more confident. And after getting reviews from a couple good friends on the book, I knew I was on the right track. I am really grateful I brought it out. I've gotten a lot of really good feedback on it, and people are going, oh man, I've gone through that, I've experienced that. I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one. My second book came out in October of 2017, so 2 years later, The Essentials for Natural Healing. This is an amazing little encyclopedia. It is a thick, thick book. 3-4 times the size of the first one. It was amazing. I thank Tellwell Publishing for the work they did with it. It was quite a project for both myself and them. And an amazing friend, Jessica, who did the photography for the book. This book is an encyclopedia of information on our foods, the different food groups that we have, whether it's your fruits, your vegetables, your legumes, your grains, your dairies, your meats. I know some people are vegan. I try to eat very little meat, but at the same time, there are people that need the different all the food groups, and understanding it better how the food groups have an effect on our bodies. So, with the fruits and fruits, what are the vitamins and minerals in the fruits? What are they for? Are they an antioxidant, an anti-inflammatory? Do they help build up our immune system? Do they help out with eyesight or help relax our muscles? And that goes with all the food groups. It's amazing when you go through it and you go, oh, wow, I didn't realize that our herbs could do this, or my fruit could do this, or the vegetables, or even the legumes. For those who don't eat much meat, the legumes are very important for the proteins. And when you combine the proteins in your nuts and seeds, you got an amazing combination of food to help keep your body healthy. Over the years, over hundreds of thousands of years, the medicines in the Eastern countries were practiced with the herbs in that, and they still continue doing that. Unfortunately, in the Western world, a lot of that came to an end due to fear, due to lack of education, due to, and there's so much more. I'm just going to stop right there. But the medical world does play a huge role in our lives. The medical world has provided things for myself and where my health was affected and I did need them from when I was a little child to as an adult when it with my appendix or when my uh, dislocated my shoulder. There's many times they've been there for me and helped out. There are also times where I went for a diagnosis and I was able to find an alternative way to work with it. Now, there's things where people do need the proper insulin for diabetes. But when you have diabetes and you are using your insulin, there are also better ways of eating proper foods so that you have the better blood support and you're getting the right sugars or you're reducing the sugars. There's a lot of information out there for us now that we can combine the two of them. Over my life, I've learned how I can use the herbs and the vitamins for my health and well-being. I prefer to use, I cannot just prescribe anything because I'm not a naturopath and I'm not a doctor, but I found instead of taking an antidepressant, which had been an option, and I would not open up that bottle, I ended up going and getting vitamin B50. And the vitamin B50 has all the B vitamins in it, and it's really good for rebuilding our bodies up again due to stress and everything else that's going on in our life and the environment. I want to share with you that we do have an option. We do have a lot of options out there. Mother Earth provides us with so many medicines. Our food is our medicine, whether it's a herb, it's a vegetable or a fruit, or it's an essential oil that comes from a lot of the herbs. It is there for us, and it's our earth was created to provide all these amazing medicines. In the book, the second book, there's chapters on all the food groups. There's also chapter 15, which goes into all options that we have for pre-birth, after-birth, constipation, diabetes, blood support, immune system support, muscles, for the ligaments. There's so many things in there, and chapter 15 was the catalyst for the whole book because this was a document I started putting together years ago when I worked in a health store. They had foods and vitamins and minerals, and I started combining this information, thinking I gotta somehow get this out one day, and not knowing that it would come out in such an amazing way. So huge gratitude for this. Also, there's a chapter a bit on gardening and options that we have in our house. So we're using natural remedies instead of the toxins. When you go and get a bottle of perfume or you get a bottle of air freshener, those are loaded with chemicals and they do have an effect on the neurological system and they can cause headaches and sore stomachs and so much more. So it's time to pay attention to what we're supporting and what we're putting into our homes and how it affects our bodies. I was honored in December and humbled and very grateful. In December, I went to a market in the city and a fellow came and bought both of my books, The Essence of Who We Are and Essentials for Natural Healing. In the following 2 months later, this lady came to my booth and she shared with me that her friend had bought these 2 books. And these books changed his life right around. It was, I don't know how to say it. It was an honor to hear that. It was humbling to hear it. And I was so grateful that there was something that he was able to read that resonated with him. And he understood and he knew the importance of how we need to put the right foods in our body. We need to apply healthier thinking patterns. We can create an amazing life for ourselves. And we need to pay attention to what we're doing and what's going on around us. My motto for the last couple of years has been never give up. Never give up. And I remember starting to get into the energy work in early 2000, becoming a Reiki master and the odd workshop here and there. And my heart sung to do this. It was a heart song. It's like someone who wants to do artwork or someone who's an athlete. There's so many amazing professions out there that people's heart sings to do. I followed my heart song. I never gave up. There were so many days I go, why am I doing this? The answers came. And I'm very grateful for your support. I am very grateful for those around me that supported me along the way and said, and shared with me the importance of these books and the information that's coming out and the feedback. You're welcome to visit my website. It's www.spiritsoulhealing.com. I hope you have an amazing day, and knowing that you are a beautiful soul within, and no matter where you are on this in life and on the path, you are an amazing person within. All we just got to do sometimes is just light that little light up a bit more, be positive, and know that you are amazing. Have an amazing day. Take care.